Hello everybody, welcome to Penang My New Home, and this is a channel that helps you determine where to stay in Penang. I created this channel for the benefit of people from other states of Malaysia as well as overseas people who are planning to come to make Penang their new home. My name is Timothy and it's my joy to be able to share the information with you. In each of the videos, we will do an analysis of different localities in Penang so that you can make an informed decision of which is the right spot for you to make it your new home. In today's video, we are going to look at Mount Erskine. Mount Erskine is one of the localities in Penang, and for Mount Erskine itself is part of Tanjung Tokong. So if you are going to do your research on finding properties in the Mount Erskine area, you might not find the name Mount Erskine itself because often it is fit under Tanjung Tokong. And so some of you who have been to Penang and are already doing your search of properties in Penang might be familiar with Tanjung Tokong because Tanjung Tokong is one of the choice places for foreign expatriates and those on MM2H. And if you look at prices of properties in the Tanjung Tokong area, those that are the most expensive are by the coast itself. And then if you are looking for something that is a little bit less pricey than those on the coast, then Mount Erskine is some place for you to consider. But I will give you a thorough overview of Mount Erskine so that you can determine for yourself whether this is a right fit for you. And as usual, we are going to go through Google Maps, followed by Penang Travel Tips, and then iProperty, and finally Brickz. And with that, you'll have a complete holistic view of this locality. And so without any further ado, let's go on to Google Maps. So we are now at Google Maps, and as usual, we start with the map of Penang Island, and let's go to Mount Erskine. Mount Erskine, as I've said, is part of Tanjung Tokong, and as you know, Tanjung Tokong is over here. And let's zoom in, and you will see that Mount Erskine is over here. This whole area behind the main road, this is the Jalan Tanjung Tokong road, for which the whole area is called Tanjung Tokong, but behind it is another smaller but also a major road, which is Jalan Mount Erskine or Mount Erskine Road, and this whole area and properties around it is called Mount Erskine. So in the Mount Erskine area, you will find some of the older apartments as well as the newer ones. The newer apartments of Mount Erskine are all clustered here. There is a sort of a ravine, this huge ravine embraced by the hills surrounding it. And in the last 6 or 7 years ago, there is massive development here. And so there are now today many condominiums and apartments in this particular cluster. So if you're looking for new properties in the Tanjung Tokong area, quite a number of them are clustered in this section. Among them, we have, I will show you in satellite view. We have over here, this is Mon Residence, and then behind it, this one is E Garden, and then over here we have Sky Ridge, and then over here we have the Peak, and then over here we have Taman Sky Ridge Apartment. This is Taman Sky Ridge Apartment, and this one is Sky Ridge. This one is Sky Ridge Garden and Sky Ridge Apartment. So this is the apartment and this is the condominium. And then over here we have Latitude, the Latitude, and then over here is the Peak. Over here is Taman Bukit Erskine, and finally over here is Tri-Pinnacle. So here is a major cluster of high-rise condominiums, and you can see it's all condominium blocks over here. And so these are some of the newest properties in the Tanjung Tokong area. So as I've said, Mount Erskine, as you can see here, is a hill. Mount Erskine is a hill, has many properties, many high-rise properties, and it is one of the choice location because of its proximity to the city. Let me go back to the map. So Mount Erskine is here, and it is quite close to Georgetown. So that is the plus point. But a negative would be it has limited access road. So for most of the properties here, the Latitude, the Peak, Tri-Pinnacle, Sky Ridge, and so on, the main access road is this one, which is called Lebuh Raya Halia. Lebuh Raya Halia is the main road going in. Not a major road actually. Take a look. This is Lebuh Raya Halia. So this artery connects all the high-rise condominiums to Tanjung Tokong. So it connects all except 2 of the apartments there. The other 2 are accessed via Persiaran Halia 3. So Persiaran Halia 3 takes you to Mount Residence and E Garden apartment. And this is Persiaran Halia 3. This is Persiaran Halia 3, where you won't find any other well right now. There is no other properties on the left and on the right. And you can go all the way to the end, and then suddenly there are these 2 condominiums at the end of this road. There's Mount Residence here, and from this slip road, it will take you to E Garden apartment. So those are the 2 over here, and this road leads you all the way to the Mount Erskine market. So over here there's a Mount Erskine market, which has its plus point and the negative also. The plus point means it's very easy to get fresh groceries as well as Penang's many hawker food. So this is the Mount Erskine market. So over here you can get your fresh groceries, and there's quite a major hawker center where you can get a lot of Penang's famous street food over here, or hawker food. So you can get the hawker food here as well as the market. So, but because there is this market which is in session every morning, this road might get a bit congested for you, and it is the one and only road to go to Mount Residence as well as E Garden. So those are the plus and the negative of this particular road. And so these are the newer apartments and condominiums, and there are older ones over here further down. But in between the 2 of them is this big area, which is the Mount Erskine Cemetery. There is the Mount Erskine Cantonese Cemetery and the Mount Erskine Hokkien Cemetery. So long before the urban spread of Georgetown reached this area, it was used as such as the cemetery backyard of Penang for the Chinese people. And if I drop the Pac-Man here, you can see it's all the cemetery ground. So this is the cemetery ground of Mount Erskine, and this is Jalan Mount Erskine or the Mount Erskine Road. So those are all the cemetery. It occupies a huge part of the grounds of Mount Erskine. And further down here are the older apartments of Mount Erskine. So these are the older apartments of Mount Erskine. Okay, and now having seen this on Google Maps, now let's head on over to Penang Travel Tips to get a more intro on Mount Erskine. Our next stop is the Penang Travel Tips website, which is my website, and this is where I want to provide you information on Mount Erskine, which is in Tanjung Tokong, Penang. And so this is a view from the Chinese cemetery of Mount Erskine towards, this one is towards Gurney Drive and Pulaticus area. So you can see the high rise of Gurney Drive and Pulaticus area, as well as in the foreground are the older apartments of Mount Erskine. And then here you can get some details of Mount Erskine. So for every location, it is good for you if you are planning to stay in Penang and make this locality your home, to get to know as much as possible, and all the information is here on my website for you free of charge, so that you have all the information that you might need. Even information that is vital on location of Mount Erskine. Where is it? So you can use there is going to be a lot of GPS coordinates which will help you pinpoint locations. Mount Erskine is 5 kilometers to Komtar, 10.7 kilometers to the Penang Bridge, 18.7 kilometers to the second Penang Bridge, and 18.5 kilometers to the Penang International Airport. This, at the very least, provides you an idea of the distance, but it doesn't actually tell you about traffic congestions. Some parts of the roads, some roads might be more congested than others, and this I will be able to explain to you by looking at the map. So this is the map, and these are all the locations on Mount Erskine. Every green dot denotes a site. It could be a property, it could be the cemetery, anything. So you just need to click on it and see what comes out. Oh, this one is my great-grandfather's tomb on Mount Erskine. So yeah, everything is here. This happens to be my great-grandfather's tomb. And then over here is the Mount Erskine Cantonese Cemetery. And just now I talked about all the properties in Mount Erskine. So you can like click on one of them, and this is Mount Residence. So if you want to know more about Mount Residence, then click on the link like this, and then it will take you to the page on Mount Residence. And this is Mount Residence with photographs and more explanation on what is the location of Mount Residence, what are the facilities, what is Mount Residence, amenities at Mount Residence, and so on and so on and so on. So a lot of information here. As for the access road, just now I told you that from this area, the main road is Lebuh Raya Halia, and for these two properties is Persiaran Halia 3. This will lead you to the main road, which is Jalan Mount Erskine, which can be quite heavy traffic for much of the day, particularly during rush hour. So aside from that, you can reach places such as amenities. There is over here there is shopping. You can go to Village Grocer for your shopping, and then further on in Straits Quay there is Sam's Groceria, Jaya Grocer at Straits Quay, and Lotus Tanjung Pinang. So there's a lot of shopping places and other amenities in the surrounding area. And list of properties and sites. So these are all the sites in Mount Erskine. I list almost everything. There could be temples, cemeteries, and so on. And what is useful to you here is the list of apartments and condominiums in Mount Erskine. As I told you, Mount Erskine is part of Tanjung Tokong. And so you might not see it listed in iProperty. So you might need to check one by one all the properties in Mount Erskine if you are thinking of making Mount Erskine your new home. So these are the properties in Mount Erskine area. And then other information, even the streets in Mount Erskine, if you want to know about the street, just click on it and then it will appear and the information will be there. So this is Mount Erskine. And you can see here that it says Tanjung Bunga. So because sometimes the places are contiguous, Tanjung Bunga can also be considered as part of Tanjung Tokong, and sometimes they overlap. So it's also a challenge to call this, whether it is called Tanjung Tokong or Tanjung Bunga or Mount Erskine. But I will list all the places here, and the more you research on it, the more information it will make sense to you. And in this photograph, you can see the cluster of all the high-rise properties in Mount Erskine. So next up is, let's go to iProperty to check on market price of properties in the Mount Erskine area. And now we are on iProperty, the portal for you to look at properties for sale all over Malaysia. And we are going to look for properties in Mount Erskine, first for sale and then for rent. So we are going to start with for sale. Mount Erskine is in Penang. And okay, if you are typing Mount Erskine here, you might not be able to get the exact information, but let's try. Let's see what you come up with when I click on Mount Erskine. I would say that you would have better luck. It is a combination of all. Yeah, there is. If the agent put the word Mount Erskine to it, then yes, you'll be able to find it. Very good. Since it seems to be available, let's do it. Let's try to find apartments in Mount Erskine area. And then we are going to start with the lowest in price. And okay, Taman Bukit Erskine is the entry level at 255,680 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and 1 car park lot. So the price of 255k is equivalent to 375 ringgit per square foot. And still at Taman Bukit Erskine, 260,654 square feet. So you can see that Taman Bukit Erskine would be the entry level, the least expensive, and not too bad. It is actually quite new. It's quite new. It's the same as many of the properties in the surrounding area. So this is Taman Bukit Erskine. So you want to see what is Taman Bukit Erskine like? Let's click and let me show you. This is Taman Bukit Erskine. So Taman Bukit Erskine. This is Taman Bukit Erskine. So when you are looking for properties, you can use the Penang Travel Tips site to look for information. So the site can be used for looking for information, but to look for the market price, you go to iProperty. So all those at the lowest end is all Taman Bukit Erskine. On the other end of the scale, on the highest price, is Sky Ridge Apartment. So Sky Ridge is for apartment 1,000 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and 3 car park lots. Is selling for 560,000 ringgit. Sky Ridge Apartment. And then Taman Evergreen, 750 square feet. This one is an older apartment compared to this one. The price is 425,000, equivalent to 580 ringgit per square foot. So Taman Erskine, Sky Ridge Apartment, and so on. So you can have an idea that if you're looking for an apartment in the Mount Erskine area, the price is going to be from 255 at Taman Bukit Erskine to 560,000 at Sky Ridge Apartment. Next, we go to condominiums. So condominiums in the Mount Erskine area, entry level is the Peak Residences. So the Peak Residences, you can get it for 475,000 ringgit, 1,000 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and 2 car park lots. Not too bad. And so with 1,000 square feet, it is 475 ringgit per square foot. The next one is also the same, the Peak Residences. The next one is still the same, the Peak Residences. So that will give you an idea that units at the Peak Residences at 475 to 480 is the market rate, the asking rate for properties at Mount Erskine. And on the higher end, the Latitude is on the higher end. This one will be a penthouse unit, 5,800 square feet, selling at 4.3 million ringgit. And then Sky Ridge Garden, 2,400 square feet, also a penthouse unit, 1.7 million ringgit. And all these apartments, as I mentioned earlier, they are all located very much in the same spot. So they are all located in this area. As you can see, the Latitude is here, Peak Residences, the Peak Residences is here, and then Sky Ridge Garden is here. So if I were to drop the Pac-Man here, you can very much see all of them. So if you look this way, this will be the Latitude, and then this is Sky Ridge, and then this is the Peak. So there are all these condominiums, one next to the other. Some are more expensive, some are less so. So on the higher end are units such as Skyridge, the Latitude. So those are the higher end ones. While on the lower end, it is the Peak. Next, let's see whether we can find any terrace houses in the Mount Erskine area. Yeah, there are terrace houses, and the price starts from 785,000 ringgit with a built-up area of 900 square feet. So these are most likely one-story terrace. There are many one-story terrace in the Mount Erskine area also. So 899 square thousand. The terrace houses are not very new. In Penang nowadays, it's very difficult to find terrace houses that are new, and this is how the terrace houses in Mount Erskine area look like. Okay, this is how the terrace houses will look like. And as you can see, the high-rise condos are behind them. So these are the terrace houses. So if you are looking for landed property, this is what you are going to get at the price which you have just seen. So some is going for 900,000, 1,200 square feet of built-up area, has 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and 2 car park lots. And at the end of the scale, 1.45 million for a 2-story terrace with a built-up area of 2,000 square feet. It has 3 plus 1 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and 2 car park lots. And at this price, it comes up to 725 ringgit per square foot. Another one, 900,000 ringgit, 1-story terrace near wet market. Yes, I've shown you the wet market before, so this one is quite near to the wet market. 1,200 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and 2 car park lots. Another one, 1-story terrace at Mount Erskine, 899k, comes to 749 ringgit and 17 cents per square foot. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. So those are prices of property for sale in Mount Erskine area. Now let's check the price of properties for rent in Mount Erskine. So instead of sale, let's go to rent. Now let's do rent in Penang, Mount Erskine. And let's see if we can find any apartments there. And we're going to start with lowest. So if we are going to rent in the Mount Erskine area, once again, Taman Bukit Erskine is the entry level. So it's the lowest in price for sale and also the lowest in price for rent. So you can rent for a unit there, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and 1 car park lot with 650 square feet of built-up area for only 700 per month, equivalent to 1 ringgit and 8 cents per square foot per month. Skyridge apartment is going for 800, built-up area of 700 square feet, 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom, and 1 car park lot, equivalent to 1.14, 1 ringgit and 14 cents per square foot per month. And beware, Skyridge apartment and Skyridge garden are 2 different apartments. One is apartment and one is condominium. And let me show you these 2. So you can see this is Skyridge garden and Skyridge apartment is over here. So let me see whether we can see both of them together in one spot with a Pac-Man. This is Skyridge apartment. This is Skyridge apartment. And over on this side is Skyridge garden. You see, this one with the yellow line across is streamlined in yellow. That one is called Skyridge garden. This is the condominium. And this one, which is simpler in design, is Skyridge apartment. So beware and get to know which is which when you are looking for properties there. So Skyridge garden, Skyridge condominium. So prices at Skyridge apartment as well as Taman Bukit Erskine is more or less 700, 800, 850, depending on whether it's vacant or partly furnished or fully furnished. So as you can see, the price will tend to go up if it's fully furnished or partially furnished. And on the highest price is Skyridge apartment. They are Skyridge apartment 1,450. Okay, this is still the apartment, fully furnished. The owner is asking for 2,200 per month. Maybe it's very nicely furnished, that's why it's asking for this price. And this is also one of the larger unit, is 1,450 square feet, whereas some of the smaller one is only 700 or 800 square feet. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathroom and 2 car park lots. Skyridge apartment again, 1,900 for the same fully furnished. So Skyridge apartment would still be at the higher end, and the other one is Taman Bukit Erskine. So I can say that Taman Bukit Erskine and Skyridge apartment are just the only 2 apartments that I can find here on iProperty where you can rent in the Mount Erskine area. And then let's go to condominiums. Let's do lowest price first. So entry level is the Peak Residences. It has 1,100 square feet. And the asking rental is 1,200 ringgit. So it comes up to 1 ringgit and 9 cents per square foot per month. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathroom and 2 car park lots. You will find that most of the newer apartments will come with 2 car park lots. Yeah, the expectation in Penang nowadays is to have 2 car park lots. So those condominiums are going to ask for will have 2 car park lots. And the price in the Peak is all about 1,200 ringgit. And then it goes up to 1,003 and so on. So from here you can more or less determine that the Peak will be entry level for Mount Erskine. While on the other end of the scale, the Latitude and perhaps Skyridge Garden will be on the upper end. So the Latitude has this unit which is 3,200 square feet. It's a duplex unit with 5 bedroom, 5 bathroom and 3 car park lots. It's asking for 5,800 ringgit per month. Still at the Latitude, this unit is 1,600 square feet fully furnished, 3 bedrooms, 3 bathroom and 2 car park lots. It's asking for 3,499 ringgit. So another one, also the Latitude. So you can say all of those at the higher end will be at the Latitude. Is it good for you? Is it ideal for you? We can never tell. You need to make appointment with the agent and to have a viewing so that you can know, is this the unit you would like to rent? Yeah, there's nothing in comparison to having seen it yourself. Perhaps the view is important to you. So take a look at the view, whether that view is nice. Some of the units will have very nice view of Georgetown or the Tanjung Tokong area. But I cannot tell by just looking at these prices. You have to see the property yourself. And finally, let's do terrace houses for rent. Let's see whether there's any terrace houses for rent there. And what do? There's one and only, no, nothing else. One and only terrace house, single story terrace for rent there. The owner is asking for 3,000 ringgit per month, equivalent to 2 ringgit 50 cents per square foot per month. 1 story terrace with a built-up area of 1,200 square feet. It has 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. And how come no car park lots? It would most definitely have maybe perhaps 1, unless the porch area, the driveway, has already been used for something else. Anyway, if you are looking for terrace houses in Tanjung Tokong area, Mount Erskine area, it seems to be that this is the one and only that is available on iProperty. But iProperty is not the only property platform. You can also try Property Guru and Muda.my to look for properties in Mount Erskine or anywhere else. But this is just to give you an idea. And next, we are going to head on over to Brickz to look at the price of transacted properties. That is to say, those that have been sold. So let's go over there. We are now on Brickz. Brickz is the portal for us to look at the price of transacted properties. That is to say, apartments or condominiums or houses that have been sold. So by knowing the price of the properties that have been sold, we have a better idea of where is our margin. By what we saw in iProperty is the price of the market, what the seller is asking for, and here is where the buyer has purchased, the price that the buyer has paid for the properties. So now I'm going to try to search for Mount Erskine. And as you can see here, is showing Jalan Mount Erskine. Jalan Mount Erskine. What it means is that this portal does not recognize Mount Erskine as a distinct area. However, we know that Mount Erskine is part of Tanjung Tokong. So I'm going to try searching under Tanjung Tokong instead. And as you can see, this is how they spell Tanjung Tokong in Brickz. It is different from how I spelled on my website Penang Travel Tips, and also is different from how iProperty spell. iProperty and Penang Travel Tips spell with an O, whereas over at Brickz they are spelling it with a U. And this is what I want to look at, Tanjung Tokong Residential. And here is lumped together all of Tanjung Tokong's property. So you have to use the information that is listed in the Penang Travel Tips website of the apartments and condominiums at at Mount Erskine to pick up the ones that you want to look for. So, for example, Santorini is in the Tanjung Tokong proper. This is not what we want if you are, unless you are looking for property in the Tanjung Tokong area itself. But what we want are the properties in Mount Erskine. So the one in Mount Erskine are like Puncak Erskine, Sky Ridge Garden, Tri-Pinnacle, Mon Residence. So those are the ones that we want to look at. So now it's showing us all building types. If I go for apartments, is there anything to see? So Puncak Erskine, Sky Ridge Apartment, and so you can see the price here. So because it's all lumped together on Brickz, you have to pick up the ones and recognize that this is the one which is in Mount Erskine, this is the one which is in Mount Erskine, and you can get the details on here in the Penang Travel Tips website. So yeah, you have to compare two different websites to get all the information that you need to do your homework to determine whether this is the right fit for you. And over on Brickz, you can get the median price of the property as well as the median price per square foot of the property, and also you can know from here whether it is freehold or leasehold. Sky Ridge Apartment, for example, there are 7 transactions, and we can get the information, and the price is more or less here between 280,000 ringgit to 420,000 ringgit. This one is smaller at 689 square feet, and this one is bigger at 840 square feet. And this one, the prices are not in yet. So they are a bit slow in adding in the prices. As for condominiums, let's go back to here and then let's check condominiums. There's 17,000. Okay, 17 properties transactions. So this again are the list of condominiums in the Tanjung Tokong area, and you need to be able to pick up which are the ones at Mount Erskine. Sky Ridge Garden is in Mount Erskine, Tri-Pinnacle is in Mount Erskine, Mount Residence is in Mount Erskine, Quayside is not, Andaman as Quayside is not, The Peak is at Mount Erskine, Tanjong Park is not, the Brickz is not, and Marina Bay is not. So of those that are in Mount Erskine area, Sky Ridge Garden, the median price is 816,000 ringgit. Tri-Pinnacle, the median is 460k. Mount Residence, 690k. And the Peak is 560k. And finally, let's look at terrace houses in the Mount Erskine area. Terrace houses, there are 11 results. And for terrace houses, once again, you need to know the locality. It is not saying Mount Erskine, but there is Jalan Mount Erskine. So there is terrace houses in Jalan Mount Erskine. And also, Lorong Halia is also in Mount Erskine. So those are the places. This is very surprising that the price is only 40,000. So this could be a low cost something or other. I'm not quite sure what is this at only 40,000 ringgit, because it's the only one which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digits, where else everybody is 6 or 7 digits in price. So this is quite surprising. Something on Jalan Mount Erskine which is only 40,000 ringgit and only one transaction. So this will give you an idea of the prices of the properties in Mount Erskine. And there we have it, our review of the neighborhood or locality of Mount Erskine. Is this the right fit for you? I'm not sure, but if you have any further question, feel free to put it down below in the comment so that I can assist you with furnishing you with additional input that may help you make a wise decision or sensible decision on this matter. As you can see, Mount Erskine is actually quite close to a lot of amenities, but the number of access road is quite limited. So give and take. Sometimes you win some and sometimes you lose some. So these are things which you need to consider. Its location is quite close to town, but is this the right fit for you? Well, this is something that you have to consider yourself, and the best way is to come to Penang and feel it. Take a feel of the place, particularly during rush hour. Then you will have a proper picture whether this is the place for you. In all places in Penang, it's best to experience it during rush hour. Do not experience it when there is no traffic. Then it won't give you what we are looking for is the worst case scenario. Yeah, because that's the one where we should determine whether or not you want to stay there. So in any place, go there and experience it during rush hour, whether it's Mount Erskine or Tanjung Tokong itself or Tanjung Bunga or anywhere else in Penang. So that's it for our video for today. Thanks so much for watching, and if you like what you have seen, please give a like to this video, as this will help YouTube push it to more people. And if you enjoy videos like this, please subscribe to the Penang My New Home YouTube channel, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Until then, peace out. See you again soon.